Madam, can you please confirm how long have you lived in the UK after you've confirmed your full name?
Altogether, you mean?
Yeah, confirm your name and how long you've lived in the UK.
Okay. I've lived in this.
No, your name first, mommy. Your name first.
I am Mrs. Taiwo Tunde Ebimomi.
And how long have you lived in the UK?
I came to UK in 1962, March 29, 1962. And I lived up to 1977 before I relocated back to Nigeria.
When did you get married to your husband?
I got married to my husband in 1963.
Was that in the UK?
In UK here, 1963, at Arrow Road Registry.
Okay. So what happened in 1973?
In 1973, I received a telegram then that my dad died. And being the first child, I had to go to Nigeria to bury him. My husband supported my going, and I left for Nigeria. 6 days after I reached Nigeria, there was a call that the house was on fire and all the 4 children died.
So you left your 4 children with your husband whilst you
Yes.
went to Nigeria?
Yes.
Okay. Can you please confirm the ages of your children that you left with your husband?
My first daughter was born 1963, 18th of May 1963. My first son was born in Sheffield, 15th March 1964. My third born was born in September 16, 1965. And my last child, a girl, was born 1963, 22nd of July 1969.
Okay. So the 4 children that were deceased, how did they die in London?
Well, I wouldn't know specifically how they died, but my husband, my late husband, told me that when he got home, when he was coming, he saw the fire people, and getting to the house, he saw them that the firemen were carrying the children, dead children, out from the flat. There was fire there.
They didn't burn, but they died from the fumes.
They didn't die. They were not burnt, but they inhaled the carbon monoxide.
Okay. So what happened after you came back from Nigeria?
Yeah. Well, after I came back from Nigeria, we relooked. The council put us in another place at Wandsworth, Borough of Wandsworth, and there we were living. And later on, I got conceived, and I bought the first child, a male.
She had me
In 1975, and the second one born 1976. I happened to rename them.
Mom, hold on. So 1975, she had me. She's saying the first child. Well, technically, the 5th child.
Yeah.
The 5th child.
Yeah. And then
The
my younger brother,
the 6th one.
The 6th one. So she's just
I
saying.
renamed them the name that the first 2 boys bore, because I wouldn't have loved to be called another name. The Mama Yo, they call me Mama Yo, Mama Yo, Mama Yo, Mama Yo, Mama Feyi, Mama Feyi. That's
okay. So when did you found your children that were deceased? What happened? You said you were writing a book. What happened you were writing a book about your life in the
Yes.
UK and everything. What happened?
I was writing a book about my life. And on the line, I felt that I should back whatever I mentioned about the tragedy with certificates of birth and death of the children. I wanted to include the certificates to put it in the book. And that was the time I found out, because I asked my son, Chandon, to do it for me. I was going on holiday to Coventry at that time. And it was when I was about to come back that Chandon sent a message that I should come directly to his place. I shouldn't come to my place, that he has something to show me.
So Shandon, over to you. So what did you find out?
Okay, so when I went online to try to get the birth certificate and the death certificate to order them, so you could include them in the book, I realized that the siblings, two of my siblings, had gotten married much later in life.
So for the audience to understand, these are the two siblings that died in fire in 1973.
That's correct. Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah. So when I saw that, that's when I messaged my mother, like, when you're coming back from Coventry, come to my house, because I didn't want to tell her over the phone. How do you tell someone over the phone that your deceased kids got married 25, 30, however long, much later? You know, like from 1973, I'm finding out that one got married in 92, got married in 95. So I said to my mom, come to me so I could explain it to her, because I didn't want to break that news to her on the phone. That's how I found out as well.
What did you find out?
Well, I find out that my deceased brother, what's his name?
Yomi.
Yomi.
Abayomi.
One that was born in Sheffield.
The one that was born in
Sheffield.
Abayomi.
Yeah. I found out that he had gotten married twice.
A dead man, somebody that is dead.
Yeah, deceased person.
Had
gotten married.
Okay.
He died in 1973. And then I realized that I saw that he had gotten married in 1992. And then later on, he got married again in 1995.
Okay. So you found out that your deceased brother, who died in 1973 in fire,
yeah,
it has remarried.
That's
so
right.
For the audience, what is your deceased brother's full name?
His name was Abayomi Olatunji Ebimomi.
Abayomi Olatunji Ebimomi,
yeah,
who was born on the 16th of March 1964.
Yes.
And he died in fire and is now remarried.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it's hard to follow. It's hard to follow. He had passed away. He's passed away in 73, but 1992 he just came back to get married.
Okay. So this Abayomi that got married in 1992.
Yeah.
Tell us who he got married to, please.
He got married to someone called Folake Helen Olorunsuyi.
So Abayomi got married to Folake Helen Olorunsuyi.
Yeah.
And Folake at the time of the marriage was 29 years old.
She was 29 and he was 28.
Okay, the person who claimed to be Abayomi Olatunji Ebimomi claimed to be a security guard in London.
Yeah.
And where did it take place?
This one took place in Newham Registry.
In Newham Registry.
Yeah.
And what date are we talking about?
19th of March, 1992.
19th of March, 1992, Abayomi Olatunji Ebimomi got married to Folake Helen Olorunsuyi.
Correct.
Good. And you have more information about Abayomi getting married again.
Oh yeah. So at that time, he also lived in.
Where did he live?
He lived in 25C Selwyn Road, Plaistow.
25C Selwyn Road in Plaistow.
E13 in London, yeah, East London, yeah.
That in East London, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And Abayomi got later divorced Helen and got married again to someone else. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. He got married again on the 14th of August, 1995.
Okay. On the 14th of August,
apologies. No, he got married again on the 20th of September, 1995.
Yeah, I've got it on the 20th of September, 1995. Abayomi got married to who this time?
Now he got married to someone called Oluwaseyi Folusho Omo Sule.
Okay. This is Abayomi who died in fire in 1973.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you find out again about your deceased sister?
Okay, so moving on from that guy that got married twice, Abayomi.
Yeah.
I also found out that my deceased sister got married in 1995, 14th of August 1995. She got married as well. Even though she had passed away in 1973, in 1995 she got married.
What is your deceased sister's name?
Her name was Feishayo Ebimomi.
Feishayo Ebimomi. Any middle name?
Fumilola.
Okay. Feishayo Fumilola.
Yes.
Ebimomi, who was born on the 18th of May, 1963.
Yeah.
Okay. And when Feishayo got married, this is somebody who died in fire.
Yeah.
In 1953, Nari Apiege got married, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell us who Feishayo got married to and what was the date and venue, please?
Yeah, she got married to someone called Sunday Ajibola Babalola. On the at Waltham Forest Registry, Waltham Forest, and on the 14th of August, 1995.
So Feishayo got married to Sunday Ajibola Babalola.
Yes, that's right.
And what was the date of the marriage?
14th of August, 1995. 14th
of August, 1995.
Yeah.
And how old was Feishayo when she got married?
On here it says 32 years.
32 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And where did it take place?
Waltham Forest.
Waltham Forest. Okay. And okay. So how do you know that these two people that got married with your deceased siblings' identity, how do you know that they are actually related to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. The father's name and surname is also my father. So, Feishayo that got married in 1995, when they asked her for her father's name, is my father's name, Asha Ebimomi. And also, the other marriage that I talked about, the same name, Asha Ebimomi, and they put my father's occupation at the time as solicitor or lawyer.
So when Feishayo got married,
yeah,
she put your father's name as her father. So this is not like it's not coincidence. She put your father's name as her father.
Right.
Okay. Mama, do you by any chance have any child who is a twins and didn't die from this fire?
No, I am twin, but I never
give birth.
Chance to have twins, to deliver twins.
Okay.
Singly, I've been giving birth. No twins. Okay. No twins.
Okay. So just for the audience to understand what we're talking about, your siblings, 4 of them died in fire inferno in 1973 whilst your mother was in Nigeria.
Correct.
And your mother later have you and your brother.
Yes.
And two of your deceased siblings, somebody used somebody got married,
Yeah.
and put your father's name,
Yeah.
as their own father's name.
Right.
So this is not a coincidence. And your late father, who was a solicitor in London, they put his profession as their profession as well.
That's correct.
Okay, so I am sure there are people within our community and the wider community who knows somebody who's parading themselves as Feishayo, a Bimomi, who was born on the 18th of the 5th, 1963. This person is still around. What was the last address that you traced?
The last address that I traced, my brother had it, but I think he found that person.
Which area?
Which would be, hold on, it wouldn't be Feishayo, it would be Folusho Omosule or Folake Helen Orunshuyi. One of those two. It will be the women, you know, like the man that impersonated my brother. So the women that he got married to, one of them Folake Helen Orunshuyi, because he got married twice, and then Oluwaseyi Folusho Omosule. I think one of them was living in Custom House for a while in East London.
Okay. I'm sure there are people within our community, because this mama she's now 86 years old.
Yes.
You're trying to have a closure for the trauma that you experienced, losing 4 children one day. You left to Nigeria and you got a telegram that your children are deceased. You did not have time to say goodbye to them. You're trying to heal and move on. And now somebody is now reopening the old wound.
Yes.
Okay. I am sure there are people that knows these people who are parading themselves as Feishayo Ebimomi, who was born on the 18th of May, 1963, and Abayomi Ebimomi, who was born on the 16th of March, 1964. Contact, if you are watching us now, you're from the press. This is a story of interest, because these people, they are still out there parading themselves with the deceased children's identity. Mama, I want to ask you a question. Since this incident happened, what impact has this had on you?
It's say that again, please.
What is the impact of when Chando told you that this is what he discovered?
It has been too bad. You know, I've been very, very unhappy. I'm very, very unhappy. There is not a day, I'm telling you, that I don't cry. There is not a day. I said, my doctor, only I didn't want to be put on tablets. About 2 years ago, when this thing was made known, I had to run to my doctor. And in fact, I cried. I said, I pleaded that there was nothing that the doctor can do. I said, I need justice. And in fact, I had to tell my doctor that I will go on holiday to go and meet my people in Nigeria. The children could not handle what I was going through. Even they really suggested it, that I should come and go to Nigeria. And it's a fact. There is not a day, even when I'm sleeping in the night, when I remember, I cry my eyes out. Last night, so I did.
Okay.
Sunday, I don't know.
Frank.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, to interject. So if anyone's watching, just think about the pain that she's gone through, losing 4 kids in one day. Usually when I tell people this story, I have a friend that lost a daughter. He lost his daughter. And I had to tell him that, you know what, you get over it, because my mom lost 4 in one day. And he's like, I want to meet your mom. So not only did my mom lose her 4 kids, many years later, there's been people that have done fraudulent activities with those kids' name to obtain British citizenship, whatever it is, and carry on living their life. Whereas my mom, she's just been in pain, you know. It didn't just end there. It's that the story got brought alive again.
And can I add,
Yeah,
this
go ahead.
incident really affected my late husband. It really affected him. I will even say that that made him cooking his death. It cooking his death because his people try to talk to him. When you are talking to him, as if you're talking to a tree, just move away. That was in Nigeria. No one amount. That incident quickened him emotionally, mentally, and physically.
Okay. So every one of us at some stage in our life, we are going to grow old and we are going to be vulnerable. I just want you to put yourself in Mama's shoe. How would you feel if this was your mom, your grandmom, your auntie, or your sister? We're trying to have a closure for this family. You can support what we're trying to do by contacting the police because these people, they are still out there. If you know anyone who's paraded himself as Abayomi Ebimomi, who was born on the 16th of March 1964, and Feishayo Ebimomi, born on the 18th of May 1963, contact the police. If you're someone from the press, you can contact Mama if you have any information that will help this family. This is very sad and heartbroken. Go ahead.
Also, you gotta remember there's a man's name here, Sunday Ajibola Babalola, who's definitely a culprit impersonating.
Yeah.
That got married to my deceased sister. It's very confusing. This story is very confusing, but there's a Sunday Ajibola Babalola that got married to Feishayo Ebimomi. So that Sunday Ajibola Babalola, if you know that person that used to live in Walthamstow, that's also someone that we're interested in getting to talk to.
Sunday put his profession down as a taxi driver when he got married to Feishayo. If you know Sunday Ajibola Babalola, who was a taxi driver in London, or who could still be a taxi driver, please contact the police and contact. I'm going to leave Chanda's contact number in the description section, and I will put the family's number. I'll put the family's the Feishayo and the Abayomi's full name and date of birth in the description section. So if you know anyone, you work with them, you met them somewhere, and they introduce themselves as Feishayo, even if they've changed their identity, they've changed their last name. Feishayo, what's the middle name?
Feishayo, right, mommy? Fumilola, Feishayo
Fumilola.
Feishayo Fumilola. Anyone that you met that introduce themselves, it could be somebody that we have that have questions to answer. Share this video with anyone that you know will benefit. Don't forget to give it a like. We all have a role to play to bring these people to justice. If you have any story that you want to share with me, the contact number is in the description section of this video. And if you want to order any of the t-shirts that I wear on this platform, there are links in the description section for you to do that. They are all flocked to somebody is saying there's a flock in Coventry.
Yeah, they're all flocked to Coventry. I see that, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
People are saying they're sorry, Mom. They will call after this. Yeah, thank you, everyone. We're reading the messages. Thank you.
Okay, that's anything that anybody can do to help. Just do your part so that we can help Mama have